Y'all, this might sound crazy, but failure is the key to success. So for the past week, I've been listening to the audiobook Outwitting the Devil. If y'all haven't read it or listened to it, it's a must, okay? It's an eye opener, and I'm not even finished. I think it's like 3 hours. The audiobook is like 3 hours, and I'm at like an hour, maybe an hour and a half. And I've already learned so much about myself, about others, about this world, like about, you know, how people can manipulate, how the devil manipulates us into, being scared and fearful. One of the topics that he touched on was that the devil uses failure as a way to discourage us from accomplishing our goals. And that the trick is that failure is actually what causes success. And it makes sense because, it separates the winners from the losers, basically. Because we're so scared of being embarrassed, of being failures, at not succeeding at what we do, that we'll try something once, and then as soon as it don't work out, we go back to what's comfortable. And that's the trick. That's what the devil wants us to do. He wants us to question ourselves and doubt our abilities and to play small and remain mediocre. But it's the people that aren't scared to fail, the people who will fail over and over, and instead of looking at it as discouragement or, reasons to be down on themselves and feel like they're not good enough or that they can't do it, they use each failure as a stepping stone. What did I learn this time? Yeah, I failed, but I got closer. Next time I'm going to get even closer, and I'm going to keep doing that until I get to my ultimate goal. And that's really just the key to it. I feel like we worry so much about how we're perceived by others and how other people are going to view us and what other people are going to say. And it's like, for what? Why? Why do we care so much about how we look to others? We have one life. We're responsible for that life. And it's like we'll risk our ultimate happiness and our ultimate potential. We'll risk that just to save face and to not be embarrassed by at least trying to do something. Because most people don't even try. So it's like you already have a one-up for at least, attempting to follow your dreams or pursue your passions or whatever it is that you do. Why not use the failure as a motivation to just keep going until you reach your fullest potential? Because that's our ultimate goal in life, really. We come here to learn lessons to become better, become the best version of ourselves. And to realize that the devil is not a red man with horns, okay? The devil are the people that's close to you. The devil can be your family members, your best friends, your boyfriend. The devil comes in many forms, and he'll use those people that's closest to us to get in our ear, because those are the people that we're influenced by. Those are the people that are going to get through to us. Those are the people that's going to keep us in our shell, because we're just so worried about what they're going to think. No, you have to want to be successful more than you care about others seeing you fail or being bad at something, or just yourself feeling imperfect for a temporary situation. I think we want things to come easy. We want to feel like we're the best at something when we immediately do it, and that's uncomfortable to us. Well, it's uncomfortable to our ego, and that's the thing. You got to learn how to control that. Don't let your ego get the best of you. Don't let your ego tell you that you're not good enough. Don't let your ego compare you to what you're seeing on social media or, you know, what your friends are doing, what your family's doing. Don't let your ego trick you into thinking that you weren't put on this earth to serve a purpose. Don't let your ego trick you into thinking that you're average and that you were put here to work a basic 9-to-5 job, work, and wait for the weekends. Not saying that there's anything wrong with that, because that's exactly what I'm doing now. And most of us are at that point. But don't be scared to want more for yourself, and don't be scared to go after it, and don't be scared to fail. Don't be scared to switch directions either. Sometimes you got to try a whole bunch of different things to get to the one thing that you're actually supposed to do. Like, just start acting. It's okay if you don't even know what your purpose is. Start just doing what you love naturally, or just anything that may interest you, and just see where it takes you. Because that one thing might lead you to the next thing that leads you to something else that you didn't even know you enjoyed. And I feel like that's how it works. We just take one step at a time and then just see where we end up. So it's like, just because you committed to one path doesn't mean that you have to stay there. I think a lot of times we do that as well. Like, prime example, when I started college, I switched my majors like at least 3 times. And then I ended up dropping out. And each time, to be honest, I always knew I didn't want to be in school. But I was always taught that, or programmed to feel like, you know, you have to have a degree in order to be successful. And then when you're not in school, people perceive you as you being lazy, or, you know, not being ambitious. Or they don't see you as successful, you know, or as educated as others. Even though I knew I didn't want to be in school, I kept at it because I didn't want other people to perceive me as a failure. So I spent all that time just switching majors just so I could say, oh, I'm in school. But I didn't even know what direction I was going in. And it's like, I could have saved so much time if I would have just been honest with myself and asked myself what it is that I wanted. Not being scared to start over from scratch. Even with changing my majors, you know, because I mean, that's still starting over too. You know, you might want to be in school, but say you started off doing nursing. Then you want to do musical theater or something like that. Like, you have that option to switch. You don't have to stick to one thing just because that's what you committed to. If something don't feel right to you anymore, like, that's your choice to leave. You don't have to, you're not stuck in anything, any path. And you don't have to choose a certain path just because that's the norm, or that's because that's what other people are doing, or that's what they expect you to do. It's your life. You got to start living that. You got to start living it for you and not for what other people want for you, or what other people expect you to do. Those are tricks too. You know, all of these ideals that are placed on us, and, you know, pressures that are put on us to be a certain way, to do certain things, to act a certain way. Those are all really tricks by the devil, really. Those are all tricks to keep us playing small and to keep us feeling like, you know, we can't make a difference. We can. So, you know, I guess my whole message for this is just to use failure as your stepping stone and not as a stumbling block. And don't let it stop you from reaching your greatest potential. Because the people that aren't scared to fail time and time again are the people who succeed. Eventually, you got to get it right. I mean, it's just that. So just commit to the process. Let go of the embarrassment you may feel if others watching you, or, you know, the disappointment you may feel in yourself. Let that all go. And just follow your heart and see where it takes you.